all the part will be left to my counterpart as I wait for the results to be given back to the patient.
Okay, so we begin with taking our answers from a refrigerator. Answers, these are type of, they're mostly liquid in nature, and they're known antibodies. We use this to identify the unknown antigens in the blood sample. I do this according to groups of antiserals I own and to the numbers of samples I'm having. And I want to have antisera A, antisera B, antisera AB, and antisera D. So I move on to getting my sample. This is sample 1. I open it, I mix it, and then get a small portion of it and place it to each position where I'm going to place a particular antisera. Dispense of the Pasteur's plate and close our sample. Get a second sample. And then as well put a drop the particular area. We're having antisera A, we're having antisera B, we're having antisera AB, and then antisera D. So I apply antisera A on sample 1 and sample 2. Go for antisera B. We get our applicator sticks. This will help us in the mixing. Use a particular applicator stick for a particular sample and a particular group. Then give the sample some sample time to see if agglutination will take place. So you do the mixing in which of shaking the sample. Do this as we're looking at our sample, looking out for agglutination. Then give the sample some sample time to see if agglutination will take place. Agglutination is like in this antisera D, we have seen agglutination taking place, but this is more to identify which rhesus factor someone owns, either a negative or a positive. So looking at our sample, if we get agglutination in group A, and maybe AB and then D, we can determine that person as a person of group A, rhesus factor positive. And if there is agglutination in B, and then AB, and then D, we as well group that person as blood group B, rhesus B positive or negative. Then if you get agglutination in all, that will be identified as group AB. But for our meantime, for our samples we're only having agglutination. And if there is no agglutination in the other groups, and maybe it's there in the rhesus factor, or at times there might be no agglutination in that rhesus factor, which is D, we can determine that person. If there is no rhesus factor in D and all the other samples, all the other groups, we can determine that person as an O negative. But if there is a rhesus factor, maybe like the way we're having right now, our patient 1 is having group O. Since there is no reaction in O, the groups A, B, and AB, but then there is a reaction in D, which is determining the positivity or the negativity of the rhesus factor. And our answer here gives us an O negative. And when it comes to sample 2, it also gives us the same case. There is no agglutinations in any of the 3, but there is an agglutination in rhesus factor D, giving us group O, rhesus factor positive. After carrying out our procedure, the type procedure of grouping, can put down the results. Then you're entitled to put your initials, which are your names, and then your signature. This gives you a responsibility to own the responsibility of whatever outcomes come to the patient of which you have grouped. If there comes in an outcome or reaction of the patient. After our giving of results, we need to clean our working area. And as well wash our tile. Remove your gloves and dispose them off. And get and put on another pair. There is more to be done, since those ones are already stained and dirty. We can express off your gloves, and I think handle the results to the person who requested to give them out to the patient.